Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CPS Reports, and we are back with another fight preview. This time, we are doing the UFC 303 Procházka versus Pereira 2. And with me breaking this fantastic UFC card that's live from T-Mobile this Sunday, the 30th of June at 4 a.m. South African time. Let me bring in the rest of the panel to help me break down this fantastic card. Brother Jedi and Brother 80. How's it going, boys?
What's
Yeah,
happening, bro?
thanks for having me back, bro. Just
No,
got in
much
from the
appreciated.
States tournament.
let's bring up the I can't take this seriously with that picture. Oh my word.
Who's
Let's
that
bring up
through me, bro?
I think it's youngster.
You look like a mixture of you and Jedi.
That's
Oh,
youngster.
my word.
That's our other brother.
That's my online, bro.
Yes, yeah.
It's avatar. It's his online avatar. Anyway,
Yeah,
boys, we are
avatar.
back again. UFC with another pay-per-view, 303. This time it is Alex Pereira defending in the light heavyweight strap against Yuri Procházka for the second time. Although the first time he didn't defend it, that was up for grabs. 80, since this is your one and only number one guy, Shama,
Chama.
can you can you give us your thoughts about this fight? We got Alex Pereira, 8 wins by KO, four first round finishes, and obviously just an elite high level kickboxer, striker. Just what more can we say? And he's learning how to wrestle. He's learning how to have very good takedown defenses. But he's taken on a very dangerous Yuri Procházka. Obviously, like his last fight, he came back against Alexander Rakic and put him away. And now he just looks like he's fired up for this one. And we know Procházka is also a very strong wrestler. How do you see this one plays out?
Yeah, bro. I think you hit the nail on the head there quite a few times. Um, Pereira, elite kickboxer. We've seen his knockout power. We know what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if anybody is going to get the job done against him, I think Procházka has a very good chance. Going off the first fight, the leg kicks were crucial. But
Absolutely, yeah.
it still seemed as though Procházka was finding a way, finding angles, and finding ways to land on Potan in the exchanges. That, of course, before Potan finished him. But yeah, you can never discount that left hook. That thing can hit you from anywhere and finish a fight. So yeah, again, I look for the leg kicks to be quite important.
Yeah.
Let's see how GD manages that.
Mm-hmm.
If what he's going to do to adjust.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be honest with you, in the first fight, I thought before the finish, of course, GD looked quite good, bro. And I thought if the fight had gone on a bit longer, I think he would have had a very good chance of winning it. So great fight, fantastic fight. I'm very excited for it. But at the end of the day, gotta go with my man Alex Potan Pereira.
Chama.
And obviously to do it with that left hook, knocking him the F out.
Chama.
Chama.
Yeah.
Did I give us your thoughts on Eddie? Also, as you can hear, he's leaning towards Alex Pereira. How do you see it playing out? Because it's a very good point. That first fight was close. Pereira, I felt like Eddie was kind of winning, but Pereira never really looked like he was out of it, man. He always had that fighter's chance, and yeah, it went his way. But how do you think this one goes out?
You're, wait, what's that? It's exactly that, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what is he going to do against this leg kicks and that left hook?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what beat him up in the first fight. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know, bro. I don't know what he's gonna do. Is he gonna wrestle? Is he gonna?
I think he's gonna wrestle. Yeah, I think he has to. I don't think he can outstrike Potan.
That's
So I
like,
think he's gonna have to try
Mm,
and look at that as a possible angle to victory.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely think he's gonna try and make use of that, and be very interesting to see how
mm.
Potan deals with it. Sorry,
Look, he
Jedi.
has a yeah. Go just.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a very interesting fight. For me, the big thing in that fight was the Braz leg kicks. You know what I mean? But it is forward pressure kind of
Mhm.
plays into it also. It's gonna be a size wise. I think Giroud can also knock him out. So and it's power in that left hook. I think power wise, it's kind of even. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
the
I just
opposite
don't know
even.
how to reason it. I won't say it's a lopsided fight in a way that like. Alex is last time I played with him, it's gonna win the fight.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
no, completely agree there.
I
I feel
wouldn't
like,
bet on
eh?
anyone. I wouldn't bet on anyone.
You wouldn't bet on anyone. Interesting. Well, because you think that both fighters has the necessary tools to actually like see themselves to a path of victory. Because I think I'm with AD on this one. I think Jerry Procházka probably represents the best attributes in this division, which is like the heavyweight division, to actually beat him. A lot of the other guys, I don't think they will stand a chance. But Procházka has a very strong ability to switch between wrestling and striking, and do it
Mm.
quite seamlessly. However, his stand up style does put him in a position where he can take and does take a
Yo,
lot of strikes. Because very open.
I,
You know what I mean? Take one to give one to
yeah,
take one kind of thing. And I don't think he can play
yeah,
that game with
yeah.
Pereira.
Nah, that's why he got knocked out, bro. You know what I mean? Because you can
Yeah,
see after a while, Alex doesn't even throw for like a minute and a half. He's just like taking reads, and then they mood him with that left hand, bro.
yeah. And he obviously sets it up from the low kicks.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
mm.
Like he sets up his hands from the low kicks, obviously. But there's a lot that. So we're speaking about a lot that Procházka has to almost do a little bit different.
Yeah, he's
But
got a lot.
does Alex have to do anything different to maintain the title?
Alex just, bro, it's got to come in fit. It's got to come in fit, sharp, and obviously ready to kill the bra as if he was fighting for the title the first time. Um, Other than that, he doesn't change anything, bro. Why would you?
Hmm. I guess
It's
the same
such an
question for
epic
you,
fight,
Adrian.
bro. It's
Same
such an
question
Mm.
for
epic
you,
fight,
Adrian.
though.
Dude,
I think, yeah.
uh, I'm I'm watching it now, right? And in the second round, for the whole first minute, Alex didn't throw one punch or kick.
Yeah.
In the second
He's
round.
literally the second round. He's literally just staying in range, like blocking. It's now going to
Hmm.
3 minutes and 30 seconds. He still didn't throw anything, and then
Mm,
they just hit him with a bazooka.
yeah. But I think also Chiri's stance and his whole approach is very difficult to get reads on, man. So I can
Mm,
understand
mm,
why Pereira is taking us such a long time to get a read and to get his
mm,
timing, because he's
Yeah.
very awkward, man, and
mm.
unorthodox. And the
Super.
Yeah,
angles that he
yeah,
finds with striking is very
Yeah.
strange and very like difficult to
Yeah.
prepare for. So
Yeah.
that's why I
yeah.
say also on the feet, he's got a very good chance, bro. And we know he
Mm.
has
Mm.
power. We know he can finish a guy,
Yeah,
and we've seen Pereira get finished as well before.
Yeah.
So it's not like
exactly.
Pereira has this granite chin. So
No.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
I
gonna
mean,
be a
easy
great
put him
fight,
out.
bro. It's gonna
Easy
be a
put him
great
out.
fight.
Yeah.
It's like two anime characters fighting, bro.
dude,
It's
I
fucking
think
Literally.
epic.
Literally.
Jiri got a chance, bro. Now that I'm watching this again,
He does.
I said,
That's
bro. I
what
he's
said,
we.
good.
That's what
Chile
we were
has a
trying to
very good
say. Yeah.
chance, bro.
Because
But
I
but
also watched it back earlier, and I agree with AD Brai. The way he was actually like, conducting the fight, he was in it. He was in it. Like you said, it's just that bazooka when he got a bit sloppy in the fisticuff exchange. But before that happened, he was kind of moving the fight in his direction. You
yeah,
know what I
bro.
mean?
He
Mm,
It's
was
just that
putting
mm,
it on
mm,
Potan, bro. He was backing
yes,
him up. So it wasn't
yeah,
like cut and dry.
mm,
It was very tight,
mm,
bro. And I think that the finish just kind of like um it doesn't paint a fair picture of what happened in the fight, man. Because if you look at
mm,
it, you're just gonna say Pereira starched him, knocked him out with the hook. But like
mm,
what happened before that wasn't like
mm.
so cut and dry. Like Pereira wasn't like comfortable. You know
dominating.
what I mean?
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
very
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uncomfortable with with Procházka putting the pace on him,
Mm, mm,
finding all these angles, and it was a very difficult puzzle to figure out. But on the night, Pereira got it done.
mm.
Can't say he's gonna
Yeah.
do the same, but I do think he'll get it done. So again, yeah, you can hear I'm very confused here, bro. But
Well, no, but
I
it's
can't
because
I
it's.
can't bet against Potan. That's my guy.
But you can also
God.
see that there's a chance for
Yeah, you
Yuri. You
can't.
know what I mean?
Bro,
No,
absolutely,
definitely, definitely.
absolutely, bro. And that's what makes it such a great fight is that nobody knows, bro. People can predict and say maybe, but nobody can say
Mm,
with absolute
mm.
certainty this is going to be the result.
Yeah,
If you
no,
if you
of
really watch
course.
the previous fight,
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
never make a cut and dry call
Dude,
like that.
you know what? Also, I think Pereira's leg kicks from the first round, I think, forces Chiri to
Mm.
kind of put the pressure on Odd.
Yes. Yes.
You know what
You
Exactly,
I
can
mean?
see it.
exactly.
He
Yeah,
You
can't
can
just
yeah.
see it.
stand there
You can't
and
stand in
take
front of
those
him.
kicks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bruh. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And that's a very interesting
Mm.
dynamic that I think is going to be at play also. So what's
Yeah.
Yuri going to do now to stay out of range of those leg kicks? You know what I
Mm.
mean? Because like
Yeah.
Jedi said, when he off and he landed a couple of heavy leg
Yeah.
kicks, bro,
Yeah.
and he kind of forced Procházka into action. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
maybe he comes out with that approach first time, or maybe he has a different plan. I don't know, bro, but I'm
Mm.
very excited to see
Yeah.
those
Me
all.
too. And it's a very good game plan
Same.
from Alex Pereira to do that because he relies on a lot of his knockouts to come from an opponent's extension of their strike, not
Mm.
necessarily like
Mm.
body shot, and come up with a hook. What he'll
But
do is
yeah,
he would kind of
yeah,
suck you in to make you punch, and then he kind of like slips that one thing left hook, and that's when often where he throws it. So that leg kick is probably going to be the one factor that Oscar is really going to have to navigate because if he doesn't, we could see a repeat of the first fight. Last question for you guys on this one, though. Do you see it going 5 rounds, or do you see a finish for either one of these gentlemen?
I'm
Jedi.
shaking my
I
head
see a
along with
finish
Jedi.
here.
Yeah.
What do you say, Ted?
Somebody's getting stuffed, bro. This is not gonna go 5 rounds. This is not
Okay, okay.
DC John Jones. This is like kickboxing, though, but they're gonna
Yeah,
finish each other.
yeah. So Eddie, you agree with Jedi? There's no five
Absolutely.
round in this one.
Yeah, bro.
All right, cool.
1000%.
Yeah, yeah. No, I start to disagree that these guys are both finishers of their game at the like top of the game, and they never really go
Mm.
for 5 rounds. So, but yeah, we'll move on. But also, let us know in the comments what you think about this fight. Are they going to be a 5 rounder, or is it going to end, and in which round? Okay, we move on, gentlemen. In the co-main event, we've got Brian TC Ortega taking on Diego Lopez, featherweight. Arguably, winner of this fight gets either title shot or number one contenders fight of the loser of the next title shot. I was talking to Jed about it off camera, and we feel like Diego Lopez is slightly getting the benefit of the Dana White fund and like jumping up the division quite tremendously because I don't think he's actually ranked. However, I'm not pooping on the guy. I think he's a really good, talented fighter for sure. Really powerful jiu-jitsu specialist. And now also we noticed in his last three fights, finishing guys with the hands as well. Brian Ortega only really lost against the champions in this division, almost cleaned out the division other than losing to Volkanovski and Max Holloway. We know what he brings. He's also black belt, slick jiu-jitsu practitioner. And also now you can see some of his boxing is also very fantastic. He beat Yair Rodriguez in his last fight. So let me take it to 80 for this one. How do you think this fight plays out?
Yeah, your great fight. In terms of stylistics, this is like fantastic, bro. Both are, I would say, kind of on par when it comes to striking.
Hmm.
And like you said, elite jiu-jitsu, bro. It's some of the
Yeah.
slickest you see. So I think they're very well matched on both ends.
Uh-huh.
I do, however, think that Ortega is a bit more methodical in his approach
Mm-hmm.
on the feet, and I look for him to make the most of his experience being in there, having been in there with some of the highest ranked Owens.
Okay.
So I think he's going to use his experience. I look for Diego to come out like a bat out of hell and try and get the result,
Mm,
make a statement. But I think T City's got a massive chin on him, and I think
yeah.
he'll get the job done. I think he finishes Lopez in the third round.
Oh,
Mm.
you going for a finish? Yo.
I'm going for Brian Ortega knockout
Well,
TKO.
both these guys have got good finishing rates, very good finishing rates. Chad, what do you think about it? Do you
Yeah,
agree with the idea?
dude, I agree with AD. I think Brian's gonna also just be too much for him. I think just size and experience and levels to the game, and I think also third round, maybe not a knockout. I think he's probably gonna choke him or something like that. It's
Mad.
gonna be like
I'm
a
happy you said that.
choke or armbar or something, bro. It's gonna be something
I'm happy you
Brian
said that.
only Brian Ortega can do. Yeah, I
T
mean,
City,
No,
it's gonna be
baby.
something cool,
I'm
bro.
happy you said that because the funny thing is that both these guys don't really shoot for takedowns. If you watch their fights, they when they get their submissions, it's often when
Nah.
they they set the guy up, they got the guy a little bit rock or something, and then jump for that their finishes, And that's when they maximize their submissions. I mean, both these guys got. I think Brian Ortega's got 8 wins by sub, and Diego was 12 by sub. You know what I mean? But if you look at how they both got it, it's never really like wrestling dominant, shoot good for the ground, then do some jiu-jitsu there. It's more like we stand up, I get you up, and then I shoot for my submission to ultimately secure it. Our point is, you said submission. How do you think he actually gets it? Does he get that? How does he set that submission up? What's his game plan towards getting that
obviously,
finish?
I think he beats him up, beat Diego up, and Diego either shoots or gives up his back or something. Or like, you know what I mean? Something like that. Or Brian's just on his back, beating him up, and then chokes him out. You know, something like a kind of bully win.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
What do you think, Ada? You said finish as well, third round, but do you mean knockout or submission?
I think TKO. I think that Diego Lopez is a bit too slick to get choked out. This guy is a coach. He's a coach for UFC fighters in jiu-jitsu, bro. So he's coaching the most elite fighters in jiu-jitsu. So because of that, it's very difficult for me to see him getting tapped. That's why I said I look for Ortega to make the most of his experience and to show why he's been like amongst the elite for quite a long time now. Use his experience, and especially his experience in striking the best. I mean, he's stuck with Max Holloway. Max Holloway was fucking coaching him there. So he knows his way around striking, but he's, like you said, he had a good finish in his last fight. So I look for him to make the most of his striking, because I think
both these guys evenly matched. You can expect both these
Max
guys.
Holloway was coaching who?
Brian
Ortega in the fight. In the fight, he was the coach. It was so crazy. Stop getting hit, man. Put your hands up. I was like, yo, look at back. Absolute killer. But yeah, just to follow up on that, Diego Lopez as a coach of some context, in case you don't know, Jedi. The latest Ultimate Fighter season, he's actually a part of the coaching staff for Alexa Grasso as well, which is quite cool. And they're filming that season right now, and he's gonna fight this weekend. It's pretty mad. He's very, very busy guy in the UFC. But okay, we wish both these guys all the best. But I also got the feeling that Ryan Ortega is probably going to come out victorious there. How does he do it? Finish as well. I agree with Jedi. Probably a couple of soften up with some punches, and then land the choke, probably rear naked choke or
something slick, maybe even a DOS, maybe.
Oh, his specialty, bro, the guillotine. Like we know he does that.
Triangle,
fantastically.
T-City.
Triangle. Okay, guys, let's keep it moving. We are bringing up Anthony Lionheart Smith taking on Roman Dolidze in the light heavyweight division. Yeah, Lionheart. I think Lionheart, he won his last fight. Everyone sort of kind of thought that he wasn't really going to make it.
I had this egg on my face after what was it, 301?
Yeah, big
got it done.
Petrino, Roman Dolidze, pretty strong wrestler, very good boxer as well, but never really like took a stab at the championship. But he does have a good first on him for sure, and he's good. Like I say, he's very good at wrestling as well. Only really lost to like big names, more than Vittori, Jack Manson. But this is a fight for the ages kind of guys, the ages as in like the older gentlemen. Lionheart's got good boxing, also good wrestling. He can overwhelm fighters. How do you think this fight plays out, AD? And who's got the keys to victory?
So once again, I'm gonna go for a Lionheart loss here.
What?
Yeah, I think Dolidze out wrestles him, bro. I think Dolidze pushes him up against the fence, makes him uncomfortable.
That's his style.
Yeah. I look because I've seen Anthony Smith put in those situations, and for the most part, he tries to stay calm, but it doesn't really work out too well for him in most situations when he's getting wrestled against the fence. Like you said, that's Dolidze's bread and butter, bro. So I look for him to implement that game plan, and I just think it's going to be too much for Anthony Smith this time around. So Dolidze probably to win it by rear naked choke, or probably even ground and pound for TK.
No decision? No decision win?
No decisions on this card for me, bro.
No decisions, man. Man, Jada, what do you think, bruh? Is Eddie right? I mean, I agree with what Eddie's saying. I do think it might just be a bit more too overwhelming for Anthony. But yeah, Anthony has proven us wrong in his last one.
Exactly, bro. Let youngster take over. Nah, bro. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Anthony Smith on this one. I'm gonna go with the Lionheart, bro.
How does he
Just
get it
because
done?
I think he TKO's what's his man Roman
Roman.
Diritzi. Yeah,
Mhm.
in the first round, like a luck box,
Yo,
catch him on the chin.
yo. I mean, that could be one of his keys to victory. I mean, Anthony does have multiple
Luck
wins.
box.
Yeah,
Um,
geluk. That's all it is, bro.
huh?
Yeah,
You just win by geluk.
He's been my geluk.
That's
He,
his key to victory is
he
geluk.
just throws some combinations out, and one of it lands, and then he looks
Nah, I
fantastic on the
think
net.
there's definitely something to that. I think Anthony is the more elite striker. So, but again, I
Mm.
just see it, let's say, pushing him up the fence, getting him in a clinch, and making him very
mm,
uncomfortable. And I don't think
mm.
he's going to be able to handle that.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
with
hard
Eddie,
work.
but I see a finish in the later rounds for sure. I don't see a early finish for any one of them. I think it might go probably like round two, late round two finish.
Okay.
How do you feel, Eddie? Which round?
Um, Probably like the first or the second for me.
Okay, early finish.
Yeah, I think probably the second. I think I'll take a round for the let's say to kind of feel him out a little bit and to establish dominance. And I think
Mm.
that by the second round, Lionel's just not going to want to be in there anymore, and he's going to fold like a lawn chair. This is me saying this again, eh? Like, because I was this pissed in the last time about this man losing, and then he won. So,
And then you
fuck
what?
yeah.
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 But yeah, I stand by what I said.
Oh, that's the best. Oh, that is the best. I gotta cut that up. Okay. No, I'm with you, AD. Let's see. I was watching Michael Bisping's one, and he was calling for Lionheart to win this fight. But I mean, they're homies. They do a
Yeah,
podcast
they got a
together.
Yeah.
podcast together, bro.
You
How's
know.
he gonna say anything bad about the man?
Okay, we keep it moving. We keep it moving, Jedi. This is the onto our second last one. Let me just pull that marker in there, and we have
Myra.
the women's fight. Mayra Bueno Silva facing Macy Chiasson in the women's bantamweight division. I think it's safe to say that the winner here gets to fight against Raquel Pennington. Either Mayra gets a rematch or Macy gets also a rematch because they both lost to Raquel. We know the kind of the styles. Mayra falls to the wall, goes in there with her boxing, does try and get some of her subs. She's got good wrestling, but I think she predominantly likes to stand on the feet. And it's my Chiesa. I almost said Michael Chiesa. Macy Chiesa. I think I watched her. I watched her in the Ultimate Fighter, and she's got a good all round game. She's very long. She's got good
Yeah,
boxing, also very good wrestling. She's a dog, dude. She lost against Aldana as well, which was a bit of an unfortunate one. But up to that part, she wasn't doing too bad, which means that she kind of showed she can hang in there with some of the top ladies in this division. Eddie, you were saying, yeah. Can you give us your thoughts on this fight? How do you think it plays out?
yeah. I was saying yeah because you mentioned about the reach and how long she fights, which I
Yes.
Mm.
think she's is probably her quickest path to victory or most obvious path to victory. But again, like you said, Silva is just a fucking dog, bro. She's just gonna go straight through that.
Mm.
And again, if Chieso needs to get the result, it's gonna be a decision.
Mhm.
But I don't see that happening, unfortunately, for her. I look for Silva to run through her. I don't know why, bro. I got a very funny feeling about first round finishes for
Yeah.
this pay per view,
In this in
and
this
I
pay
think
per
this is
view.
gonna be another one of them. I
So
think
first
Silva's
round
gonna
Yeah.
finish.
knock out. Yeah,
I
Myra
still confirm.
Silva, where she's big, bro, and she's very strong. And
Mhm.
I feel like once she feels it's going her way, it's hard to stop her. You
Yeah,
know
she
what I
gets very
mean?
amped up. Yeah, we've seen it. She gets very revved up. I think one of her biggest sort of flaws, and I think she's gonna have
Yeah, I
her
just think
biggest thing
it's
that
the
she can just
cardio.
is the cardio.
She
Yeah,
can
she gets gassed out. Yes, Chid?
Well, yeah, she kind of reminds me of Amanda Nunes when she just kind of started out. You know what I mean? And
Yes, that's a very good one. I think you're cutting out
his
there, bro.
jiu-jitsu in him and grounding him and
Mm.
Can you hear Jade Dating?
Nah,
Oh, you cut out. Yeah, he's gonna
cut
bring
out. Yeah.
youngster back for us. Okay, cool. But we can keep talking about it though, because like I said, that was the biggest for me. A biggest flaw is a ability to go quite strong for a long time in the fight. She gets gassed out.
Mm.
However, this is not a 5 round fight. It is 3 rounds. And do you think that may work in her favor,
Yeah,
in
definitely
Maida's
could
favor?
work in our favor, in Myra's favor, definitely. But yeah, like I said, I look forward to get the job done quite quickly.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, to your point about the cardio, that's why I said if Jason is going to get it done, probably be a decision, and she'll just look to outwork her over the three
Yeah,
rounds.
yeah.
But that's not the way that I see it playing out.
Me too. I think Maida just will put the pace on for the first 2 rounds. However, if Maida doesn't get it done in the first 2 rounds, I can see a finish for Macy in round three. I can see it happening, especially if Maida kind of gets burnt out. Jade, you were saying something about it before you broke out there.
oh yeah, I was saying she just reminds me of a young Amanda Nunes when she just came on and she was kind of just bullying chicks and jiu-jitsuing them and beating them up. Till she got stopped against Cats and Gun, and then she realized you can't be one-dimensional. You know what I mean? Same way she lost against Raquel Pennington when she figured, like, she just kind of accepted getting beaten up, I guess.
Yes,
And
yes.
and she was also tired, and she saw, nah, you
Yes.
can't do that. Same with Francis Ngannou when he lost in that title fight also against
Mm-hmm.
Stipe. You know
Super,
what I
yeah.
mean? Just gas out and then just take a pack. You
For the
can't you
rest of the
can't
fight.
get tired. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't get tired.
But we were talking about it before we move on to the last one. We were talking about the fact that this is not a 5 round fight; it's a 3 round fight. And who do you think that favors most in this one between two ladies?
Mm, then it obviously favors. I mean, it makes it more even, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that other chicky fight, so I don't know.
She's good. She's really good. And like I said, like Eddie now saying, she's got a lot of length over a lot of the ladies in this division. She's and she knows how to use it.
Mm.
Knows how to use the
Oh,
length really
good.
well. Yeah. So it won't be that
Okay.
that quite easy for me. I know Eddie's saying Maida, but I don't know. Something about it tells me if Maida doesn't get it done in the first 2 rounds, I can see Chiesa getting the finish. I can see Chiesa.
Which is
Chiesa yeah, because she's gassed out, and then Chiesa will be able to just just land some kind of choke on her. That's how I see that fight going. But okay, we move on. Last one. We see Jade's favorite Ian
yeah, this is gonna
Machado
be a boring
Gary
fight.
taking on Michael Venom Page.
This is
Obviously,
gonna
there's
be a boring fight.
a lot of hype around Ian Gary coming
Yo.
into ranked. What's his rank? I think he's ranked in the top 10 in this division now. Michael Page
Seventh, I
ranked
think.
14th, 70th.
Oh.
Ian Gary undefeated, 7 wins by knockout, first 4 round finishes, good striking defense. Apparently, he's got some takedowns these days. They say he can wrestle with likes of Jeff Neal and Neil Magny. So he's taken some names on his road. As he's been coming up the ranks here,
Mm,
he's beaten some really good guys. I mean, Jeff Neal is one of the like for me the most
okay.
recognizable one for sure. Michael Brennan Page, we know his career outside of the UFC is just absolutely star, just a beast at
Yeah.
Bellator. Coming into the one into not championship, coming into the UFC, excuse me, and taking on Kevin Holland and then beating Kevin Holland in the stand up, which we all sort of kind of expected to happen. Uh, how do you think this fight's going to go down, Jada? Do you think they're going to have a stand up war, or does Ian introduce some of the takedowns? Because it's not easy to take down Michael Venom
Nah,
Page. He's
nobody's
got good
taking
takedown
nobody
defense.
down. Nah, nobody's taking nobody down here, bro. If somebody's taking a takedown, it's out of desperation. Um, I think this is gonna be a first round where Oaks are gonna try really flashy kicks from way out, and they're not obviously gonna land. Then it's gonna be let's chase this other catch and mouse, like cat and mouse, cat and mouse. I'm gonna kick you with the end part of like with the toes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
boring. And in the third round, it's gonna be like we don't know who's actually winning. And then
Mm.
the coach is gonna be like, okay, either one of you need to now win this last round to win the fight. And then they're gonna dance around for about 3.5 minutes, and then in the last minute they're gonna have up some exchanges, and it's gonna be a weird like um, scorecard at the end. We don't know who's gonna win. The person that's gonna win is the one that's gonna walk forward the most, or the one that lands that one takedown.
Yeah. Seen too many of these, Jada. You've seen too many of these before.
Yeah, it's gonna be boring.
What do you make of it, Eddie? Do you agree with Jada as we won the fight, or do you see a little bit of the difference in how this plays out?
Yeah, no, I disagree. Unfortunately, Jedi, this is a fight I am very excited for. Uh, not the way that
Love
you
it.
described it, but the way that I'm seeing it in my mind. Yeah, look, it's striking of the highest caliber.
Mhm.
Both of these guys like to fight at range, and it's going to be. I think I'll agree that it's going to be cat and mouse to an extent, but I don't think that's going to be the story of the whole fight. I look for whoever gets the better of those exchanges. The other person's going to try and make adjustments. It's going to be a really high fight IQ level of fight IQ in the fight. And I think a lot of subtle adjustments are going to be made, and it's going to come down to. I mean,
I
Ian
think
Gary thinks he's quicker than
that's what he
Michael
says.
Page.
Yeah, I was about to ask you
So
that.
yeah, I don't know about that. So I think that Machado Gary's in for a very unpleasant surprise when he steps in there with Venom Page, and he's going to see how
Yeah,
fast, how
100%.
slick, and how experienced he is. But then again, you can't argue with Ian Gary's record and the manner in which he's
Beating people.
gone through his opponents. Yeah, so
Mm.
so it's a great fight. It's fantastic. And look, I think that in my mind, how this plays out is that Ian Gary's going to realize he's outmatched in terms of the striking, and I look for him then to try and take it to the ground and make the
Mhm.
most of his
Yeah,
jiu-jitsu that he's been
yeah,
doing with
With the
I
shooter
think the
box.
shooter box guys, yeah,
Yeah,
in
the shooter
Brazil.
box
So
team. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I definitely think that Michael Page is going to have the best of the exchanges on the feet, and I look for Ian Gary to try and make an adjustment,
Mhm.
not to implement the adjustments correctly, and then look to wrestle and look for jiu-jitsu. And I think that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. But as far as the results go, I think
Yeah.
it's going to be Michael Page over 3 rounds decision.
that's what I think too, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna
I
be
think that's
too
also going to
much.
be the win.
Neither of them is gonna get an opportunity to sit down and land some, like land hard stuff, like damaging
Mm.
blows, unless it's a kick.
Mm.
Unless they
Yeah, so
both
it,
decide, okay, let's sit down
could
and
be like boring
let's
or
fight.
viral knockout, one of the
Or
two.
viral
Yeah,
knockout. I mean, look,
Yeah.
we both.
exactly.
I think we all can agree that the striking styles are very different in how they stand up.
No, it's kind of the
Ian,
same. They both karate.
but Ian has
They
got a little
both
bit
sport
more
karate out.
this almost Thai boxing style as opposed to the karate slash taekwondo of
Mm.
Michael Venom Page. Michael Venom Page hops around a lot more, Wonder Boy esque kind of style. And Machado likes to look for the leg kicks first before he starts throwing a lot of the body kicks, the Thai body kicks, and then starts throwing his hands. It's a very different style. I think for me the keys to victory is if Ian can chop the legs, which is probably not the easiest thing to do against Michael in a page. It's probably going to help him slow down Michael and then get to his speech like because I don't think he's
Yeah,
faster than Michael in page at all. I don't
He
think he's
needs to get
that's
faster.
how.
into range to do that, though, bro.
He
As
needs
soon
to
as
get
you
into
get into
range
range with Michael Page, he's going to land something because he's so fucking long, bro. I mean, look at
and
that
he's
79-inch reach.
to
And
74.5.
he
Yeah,
doesn't stay in the pocket long enough to fight, like to throw two,
Exactly,
three punches.
exactly, bro. Yeah, he's too
Yeah,
elusive, bro. And yeah, I think he's going to be too much for Mr. Machado, Gary.
so we're all in agreement on a three round decision here for Michael Venom Page or viral knockout.
unless he gets leg
You-
kicked and he falls to the floor, and Machado slips and falls on top of him and
and then they
knocks
Leg
him
start
kick
out.
knockout.
wrestling.
Oh, leg kick knockout.
Okay, cool. That is the main card. I don't know if you guys have looked at the rest of the card. Are there any fighters that you want to make mention, like honorable mentions about? Now is the time you can have the floor. What do you think, AD? Anyone that caught your eye on the menu on the prelims?
I think I asked you this the other day. Is Mickey Gall on the card?
No,
No.
Okay, let me
no, it's
just pull
not.
it up here quickly. Then we'll have a
We
quick
got
look.
Cap Swanson and Andre Feely.
Cap
Throwback fight.
Swanson, of course, bruh. That's my guy.
Yeah, yeah, we got Cap Swanson.
But that's about it. Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and Cap Swanson is the only one that I even know on this.
Well, I mean, they've got like
Joe
legends like
Pfeiffer, Joe Pfeiffer as well. Yeah, Joe Pfeiffer.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Charles Jourdain, Michelle
yeah,
Waterson,
He's
Chilean as well. Andre
Michelle
Arlovski.
Waterson also.
Yeah,
The
and
Karate
Ricky
Hardy.
Simone and Vinicius Jr. opening up the card.
Nah. I mean, no offense to anyone on the prelims, but it's not. I'm not going to be waking up any earlier to watch them.
Okay, well then there we go. It is settled. We will be up at that time. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe with notification bell to stay in touch. We keep dropping our latest episodes. Jedi 80, always a pleasure. Looking forward to recapping this wonderful event. This is UFC 303 Pereira versus Procházka 2. It will be live 30th of June at 4 a.m. South African time. Okay, guys,
Java.
on that. Stay on that. Stay blessed. Stay on. Hey, Jedi.
We're still trying to figure out what Johnny Walker's Brazilian name is, guys.
That one's out of the UFC now, bro. He got knocked out of the UFC on Saturday.
Saturday, Vulcan
Did you see how they finished him?
No, what?
You're never gonna see that man again.
Go watch the replay of
His
last
contract cancelled now.
Gonna be working at some Brazilian barbecue restaurant or something.
Shame, AD. That's harsh. Anyway,
shame.
thank you so
Yeah.
much. Let's do it. We're gonna watch it this weekend at UFC 300. Hope you all enjoy. Shama.
Chama.